What the deuce?
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 3 Geeks Flix. Joining me, as always, is the Muse, Justin Kyle. Say hello, everyone, Justin.
Hello, everyone.
Ah, yes, and of course, I am the Tech, Mitchell Wright. All right, we've got another trailer break here. We got plenty stacked up. We're finally getting to the vault, but we had a newer one drop that we figured we'd go ahead and run through and peruse and wax philosophic and all that wonderful stuff that grown smart people like to say for you. It is Star Trek Beyond. And I got a little journey to take you on once it gets to be my turn. But of course, like we always do, we've got to look at the cast and the director. The director on this is Justin Lin. He's been tied to Fast and Furious movies. So, you know, he's no stranger to effects and action. But then, of course, you know, Bad Robot's still involved. JJ's still a producer on this, so it's not too far from the Grandmaster himself.
Right.
Now, as far as cast, we've got some new faces. We'll run through it here real quick. Idris Elba is Krall. Zoe Saldana is, of course, Uhura. Chris Pine is Kirk. Sophia Boutella is Jala, which she has been in, help me, Justin, The Kingsman.
That is correct, yes.
She was with the Blade Feet. Simon Pegg back as Scotty. Anton Yelchin is, of course, Chekhov again. Carl Urban back as Bones. Zachary Quinto is Spock. I'm knocking stuff around here. John Cho is Sulu. And it's got Deep Roy as Kinzer. I don't know who that is. Apparently there's a green girl and other people, and they're not important enough for me to talk about. So, given that we have a cast and I've beat the crap out of my mic stand.
Oh no!
As I always do, I look to you, Good Muse, and say, Justin, give it to me. What you got?
Okay, so this is a lot better than the first one. The first one for Star Trek Beyond, I don't know what they were thinking. I kind of know what they were going for, but I think they kind of missed it with that. Mm-hmm. You know, all of the trailers for this franchise have been kind of more the dark and serious tone.
Yeah.
So I think they were trying to change things up a little bit, but I think, you know, the first one, almost everyone that I've talked to about it, and I've heard reviews, the first trailer, they were like, they weren't really digging it. I think you and me were the same way.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't any single thing, because the song Sabotage is a great song, right? Who doesn't like that song by the Beastie Boys? Who doesn't like the Beastie Boys in general? But
if they don't,
yeah.
they should be warned. Be warned.
So this one was a lot better, and in every aspect to me. The opening music was good. The acting seemed a lot more serious. I liked it a lot better than the first one. I'll leave it at that.
Agreed. First one, music didn't work for me. Didn't fit for me. It had great sequences. The shots looked great and everything. I mean, it's the cast we've grown to love that we can look at and we can say, hey, yeah, that's Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto and all of the rest. Right. Carl Urban, we know them, we love them, we love the roles that they're in. But music killed it for me. It just wasn't right. It was not fitting. It should have had that more dark, brooding, exciting score, such as this one, which we'll get into more. So, I mean, all in all, much improved. And the more and more I watched it, the more and more I got that special little feeling for it.
Oh my!
So, you know.
I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. The more you watch it, the more it grows on you, and that's always good with the trailer. So yes.
Yeah. Cast is solid. Cast is has been solid since day one on this, especially adding Idris Elba and then also Sofia Boutella. Or Tella, I don't know if I'm saying it right, and I don't care. You can get mad at me. But please don't kick me with your sword feet. Just saying.
Yeah.
That hurts. Yeah, I mean, it's this is a little renewed faith. Just to say, the other trailer really took the wind out of me. I expected more. But before we get too too deep into all that, Justin, what were your thoughts on the visuals?
So this is definitely not a J.J. Abrams film. Now, it's very similar, and since it is in the franchise, it definitely looks like it's the same vein, but there's something about him to me that he has a signature style, much like the greats, so Spielberg, Nolan, Kubrick, all of them. He's got a signature style. They probably use the exact same, camera setup, the same cameras, the same, everything. It wouldn't surprise me if the cinematography is the same, but there's something about it that it doesn't just have the same high. It's like the quality just went a little bit down from the others to me personally. Now, I'm not saying it's bad,
right?
But if you go back and you watch that first, especially the first trailer for the first Star Trek, as well as the first trailer for Into Darkness, there were such smooth shots and like such signature shots. JJ, he likes his lens flare. We've already talked about that.
We had a small one in this one. We had a small one whenever we saw Zachary Quinto, a side view from him. There was a little lens flare to hail back to JJ, but not a huge one.
Like a nice head nod or homage to him.
Yeah.
There's something about it that I can just tell, like it, and maybe not. Maybe it's that I know it's Justin Lin, that I could be like, well, that's just not JJ. I don't know, but it's just not. It's just like, it's good. It's good. I wouldn't say it's better than the other two. I guess I'll leave it at that.
No, it's not better than the other two, but it's good. You can tell that this doesn't have JJ's polish and touch and eye. Not to say that Justin Lin is not very capable and that this won't be a good movie, and that it doesn't look good visually. It does. It looks good visually. The action looks like it's going to be great, and I would expect that coming from Justin Lin. So overall, visually, it's solid. It's sound.
It does look solid.
There's not a lot I can gripe or complain about, but then again, there's not a lot that just says, well, that's just a fantastic, amazing shot. There really hasn't been one of those shots that I can just sit there and think of and look back to. Really, in those trailers, and I liked Into Darkness. I loved it. It was a JJ, but I mean that first shot coming on from JJ's initial Star Trek movie, the first one, as far as the starship going by and everything, and then that first big lens flare and coming into view. I mean that shot stays with me, and I'll remember that shot and everything.
I like what you're saying. So to me, there's a lot of shots like that from the first two. One, whenever Vulcan is imploded.
Mm-hmm.
One, when they're flying through space. On the second one, they just dodge that debris. One, the whole intro to Khan in the very first one, the whole filmmaking behind it, when it has a montage of the father getting ready. It's just so crisp. It's very crisp and clean and signature.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we haven't seen this movie, and you're right. It looks solid. I'm not trying to do it injustice.
It's solid.
You can just tell. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, agreed. Now, the music and the audio so far on this trailer. Thoughts?
I loved the music in this trailer. I thought the music was awesome. In fact, this could be the best music I've seen in Star Trek. That's not saying that the trailer's the best, but the music, especially at the very beginning when they have, I think it's like a cello, and it's playing like arpeggios. Mm-hmm. Very tense, very beautiful, very dark and ominous, and almost a hint of mysteriousness. I thought it was very, very well fitting. Very well fitting. I love this, the music, the audio. Again, it's a lot better than the first trailer. Very well done.
Very well. And absolutely.
They needed to make up that ground too. That's the thing.
Yeah, you had a little work to do there, son. You had a little work to do, Justin. Mr. Lynn, bring it on. Bring it.
That's great.
But, oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm a sucker for an orchestral score, especially one that's kind of dark and brooding and has that intense build up and like it did right there in the middle. It was just awesome. I mean, it's an epic score. Epic score.
Right. And I didn't know this, but if you go back and you watch the very first Star Trek trailer, Star Trek 1, when they pretty much introduced Chris Pine, that is actually, I love that song too. The score to the very first Star Trek trailer is awesome. It's actually, I think they got that from a video game. I don't remember what it is, but that's something that you could like work out to in the middle of the night at 3. Have the best workout of your life. I am Captain Kirk.
Right.
Now that was good too, but yeah, it was very, very good.
Absolutely. Given all that, sir, what is your verdict?
That's tough. It is tough. I'm gonna give this a 7.9.
7.9.
I don't think it quite deserves. I don't think it quite deserves an 8.
Okay.
Honestly, but I don't remember what we haven't. I guess we didn't review the first one, but I would probably give the first one like a 5. Yeah. So yeah, they did better, but again. Now this is trailer 2. Is this trailer 2?
This is absolutely trailer 2. Yes, sir.
Okay, so they have one more, right? I hope they knock it out of the park because that's been the trend lately. Lately, they've given us with a couple of franchises, they've given us 1 or 2 just like what the hell trailers, and then the third one is like, oh my god, that's what they needed, right?
That's awesome.
Hopefully, with the third one, they're gonna knock it out of the park. But yeah. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
We bumped it up. Now a little more editing for me. Thank you, jerk.
Sorry.
It's an 8. That's what I was gonna give. It's an 8. It's a good all around trailer. It's not 8.5 to 9 worthy. It's not a great trailer, but it is a good trailer. And the first one, I would have honestly given it a 4.5, just because it was done so sloppily. As far as I'm sorry, the music was not. Well, no, you don't do that. This is a sci-fi
you don't do
classic,
right.
Epic. It's not Star Trek.
In their defense, I kind of see why, because they had that song. That song was a big deal in the first one. They were building Kirk's character in the first one, so they were kind of an homage looking back.
Now, see what
but it was out of context. That's the thing. Like they tried to miss the tone with that song, like put serious scenes behind a Beastie Boys song.
Well, and that's what I was trying to say. If they wanted to start it out like he was listening to it during something or whatnot, or when he was doing something, he had it on, and then they would have gone into like the more serious tone theme, it would have worked for me. But just to have it as the track for the trailer,
right?
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
You get out of here. But yeah. So, but this one's an 8. All right.
If they would have done exactly what you just said, that would have been the first trailer to Star Trek 1. Because the first one, he's a little kid, and they're playing Beastie Boys. He jumps out of the car.
Yeah.
And then it gets serious when he gets grown up. And that trailer was awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, it would have worked to do that again. To like he's reminiscing. He's kind of going back in the day, doing a little routine, having a little, flashback, thinking about, oh, yeah, I remember when I did this, and say he was doing something crazy on his bike or something on Earth.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Right. I just fixed the first trailer for you right there, folks. I just fixed it. Mr. Lynn, you know how to get in contact with us.
You heard it here first, folks.
That's right.
Geeks Flix.
I'm here to fix the trailer for you.
So what did you think about when they did show that homage, and they showed some flashbacks in the first movie, when he shows up and he sees the Enterprise for the first time on his bike? Mm-hmm. Do you think that they'll have flashbacks like that in the actual movie, or do you think that's just for marketing?
I bet those will be in the movie, because, it seems like a lot of this film, and I know we really didn't talk about it, a lot of it story-wise seems like at first Kirk is trying to find himself. He's like, I know why I was doing this before, because my father joined up, and I was dared to be as good as him, and And now it's like, you know, well, what do I want from it? What do I really want to get from it? Really, what do I want this to become? And so I think he's going to look back. I think there's going to be some reminiscent. So, yeah, I think it's going to be in there.
And is Idris Elba, now you said who he's playing. Is he playing, I'm assuming he's playing a bad guy.
He's the bad guy, Crawl.
So that's the other thing is, now they haven't shown any of Idris Elba yet, so we don't know how serious he was, because Benedict Cumberbatch was a pretty bad guy. He did a great con.
You don't believe that was Crawl whenever Zoe Saldana was sitting there saying, you know, our captain will come from us, and he says, I'm counting on it? I think that's him.
That was him? That was him?
I believe that's him.
Okay. Well, I didn't think that was him, but I guess that makes sense that it was him.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll put, because if that's the case, he just didn't seem as menacing to me as Khan. You know, for instance, when Khan says things like "Shall we begin?"
Right, and like I said, there has been no actual confirmation that that is Crawl that I know of. If anybody's seen that, let us know. But right now, you know, and I'm making an assumption, and I should never assume because it makes it an ass of me. But that's my guesstimate. My best guesstimate, we'll put it that way.
Okay. Well, that would be the other thing that I thought it was kind of lacking, and why I started to give it a 7.9 is there wasn't really a huge, but I did like it when they were being breached from the inside and when they were getting boarded. That seemed like serious, like, oh my God, this is, but then everything else, it just didn't have that, like, this is the greatest test they've ever faced before. And you always want that moving forward, right? Especially, you know, the third movie and so far as a trilogy. And
hopefully they're saving that up for the third trailer because, you know, like I said, they're making up for lost ground on this second one. And like you said, hopefully the third one, they'll knock it out of the park for us.
Right.
And like I said, maybe we've seen Crawl, maybe we haven't, maybe that was Crawl, I don't know. I'm assuming that possibly was him, but given that the way that they had done the voice and there was some digitalization, you know, and whatnot, I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Well, good Muse. Have we covered it the best we can to your liking?
I think we've done a good job. Yes.
All right. Other than I've been kind of everywhere and scatterbrain.
Hey.
I'm just, you know, it's the gray. You can't see it under the hat. That's why I wear the hat. Hide the gray.
It'll be all right.
Getting up there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, Justin. How do you turn on the computer again? It's kind of what I feel like some days. It's like, how do I do this? Yes. That's the Justin's cue to, Mitchell, just shut up and end the show.
Do not speak for me, ever.
Hey. You know what to do. You know what you do when you're talking to me.
All right.
You shut your mouth.
That is cool.
All right, folks. Well, of course, check us out on Facebook, 3 Geeks Flix. Give us a like. Let us know what you think. Be that third geek. Shout out. Troll us. Whatever. We like to hear it. We like to hear from you. Twitter. Follow us. Again, you can check us out there. Let us know what you think. We've given you a couple of different avenues. You know, communication, I hear from you, Sound good? Okay. And of course, so you can watch us on YouTube, where there is almost 60 videos of absolute enjoyment. Even some of the early stuff when we were real rusty. You can go back and be like, God, these guys were like, who that? And of course, you can see the Sage. Ladies and gentlemen, we want you now to be that third geek, but like I said, my brother Eric, right, the Sage, forever a geek founding godfather in this. Talked to him a while back. He's doing good. Still watching the show, so you never know. We may be able to cameo him again someday. You never know. He's always there. All right, but like I said, be that third geek, folks. Holler at us. Let us know what you think. But as I always say, stay tuned to the glow of those monitors. So we're going to catch you next time. Good night. Something. Yeah. Are you having a seizure? What is it? You know, all this modern technology, and you can't download a 3 meg audio file.
Well, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
You're not helping me. There is no yawning in 3 Geeks. Alright.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. I hope a bug flies in your mouth the next time you yawn on me. What is this doing? What is this?
We seriously have a monkey, Myas, the middle boy.
Mm-hmm.
He is a monkey. The first time he ever met me, I was hooking up a DVD player. Never said hello, never did nothing. He just climbs on my back and starts like wrestling me. I was like, I wasn't sure what to do, to be honest. Like, I warned them, Mitchell. I told them what would happen if they unsubscribed.
What are we after now? Dogs, cats, mothers again?
No, I'm after their dignity. It's a good question, because how am I going to take their dignity with a knife, right?
Genitals.
You'll stare into her void. You're staring into those eyes of darkness she has. That's what made me fall in love with her. I was like, gosh, you look psycho. You want to go out? You shut up. What?
Did you put him in the closet with Tom Cruise?
Ready when you are.
Okay.
I wonder if I should put on a hat for this one.
As long as you're not wearing that golf hat. I feel like I'm talking to like somebody's grandfather.
I wonder if there's a dubstep to that.
I'd like to find the ass hat that puts dubstep to all along the watch. I ought to slap that person.